Chase going the other way. Deep left field. Rosarina on the run. He's out of room. It's out of here. Murakami leads things off here for the White Sox. Deep drive into right field. Look at the power from Mooney.
Rockies trying to salvage the series. Caissie swings. Caissie to deep right. We're going home.
Opening day just started, guys, and I am not exaggerating when I tell you that we just watched maybe the single greatest start to a rookie class that baseball has ever seen. And I'm talking 4 different rookies hitting home runs on opening day alone, which according to Sarah Langs of MLB.com is the most players to homer in their MLB debuts on the same day since at least 1900. We're talking Chase DeLauter, JJ Weatherholt, Carson Bange, and Munetaka Murakami all going yard on day 1. And that was before we even get to the walk-offs, the 4-hit debuts, or the fact that 2 of these guys just became the 3rd and 4th players ever to homer in each of their first 3 career games. This is not normal. So let's talk, because this might be the most stacked rookie of the year race and most loaded rookie class we have ever seen. But before we get into it, guys, thank you so much for the support on the channel. We're on our road to 50,000 subscribers. We're giving away a copy of MLB The Show 2026 every couple of uploads. To get involved, all you got to do is subscribe and turn on those notifications and comment hashtag the show. Now that that's out of the way, let's get right into it. Before we get into the individual guys, let's set the table with some context, because what makes this class so wild isn't just the performances, it's the sheer volume of talent that's arriving at the exact same time. According to MLB Pipeline, this season began with 20 top 100 prospects on opening day rosters. That's the most ever since MLB Pipeline started publishing a top 100 back in 2012. And it's nearly double the average of 11 per year over the last 15 seasons. So let's just get into it, guys. Let me start with Chase DeLauter, because this man is on a mission. The Guardians drafted him 16th overall back in 2022, and since then, injuries have been the story. Foot issues, wrist surgery, only 138 minor league games across 4 seasons. This is a guy who had never played a regular season big league game before opening day. And you want to know how he made his debut? He went 3 for 5 with 2 home runs, the second one leaving the bat at 111 miles an hour and traveling 422 feet. Against Logan Gilbert, by the way. His very first regular season at-bat, he worked a full count and lofted a slider over the right field wall in Seattle for his first career hit and career home run on the same swing. But here's where it gets crazy, because DeLauter homered again the next night off George Kirby, and then the night after that, he struck out 3 times, had a tough game, but what does he do? He steps up in the 10th inning against Andres Munoz, who is arguably the best closer in baseball right now, and he hits a 2-run go-ahead blast to the opposite field. Guardians manager Stephen Voigt said after the game, and I'm paraphrasing here, that what DeLauter showed in that at-bat against one of the best closers in the league was real maturity and real power. That's 4 home runs in his first 3 career games. He is only the 4th player in MLB history to homer in each of his first 3 games, joining Trevor Story in 2016, Kyle Lewis in 2019, and one other guy we're about to talk about. Oh, by the way, the Guardians ranked 29th in OPS last season, so they desperately needed offense. DeLauter is batting 2nd, sandwiched between Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez. If he stays healthy, this dude is going to be a problem. Now let's talk about the other guy who just joined that exclusive club, Munetaka Murakami. This man came over from Japan with 256 career home runs in NPB over 8 seasons. He set the NPB single season home run record for a Japanese-born player back in 2022 with 56 bombs. Everyone knew this guy could crush, but there were real questions about whether his power would translate to the MLB and how that strikeout ratio would come into effect. People talked about the swing and miss issues, his 40% whiff rate against off-speed stuff last year in Japan, and his struggle with spin and velocity. And obviously the White Sox were the team that took the gamble on him. And what does Murakami do? Well, he crushes a home run in the 9th inning of a blowout loss of his first career MLB game. Then he does it again the next game, and then again today, making him and DeLauter the 3rd and 4th players ever to homer in each of their first 3 big league games. White Sox pitcher Anthony Kay, who pitched in Japan in the last 2 years, Mariners said he's not surprised at all. He watched Murakami mash for 2 years over there and knew the power would translate. Murakami himself said he's grateful for the milestone, but he knows there's still a long way to go. That's the kind of mentality you want from a player. Now, he's a DH and a first baseman, so the defensive limitations are real, but if his back keeps doing this, nobody is going to care where he plays in the field. And here's the wild part. He's doing this on the same team as Colson Montgomery, who, by the way, is not a rookie anymore since he exceeded his rookie limitations in 2025, but he is also going to pop off this year. So the White Sox are suddenly going to be a kind of fun team to watch. Now, this next one might be my favorite story of the entire opening weekend. Owen Caissie, the Marlins, and what felt like a franchise-turning moment. Guys, Miami has been in the gutter for a while. We know this, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just me with Owen Caissie and how the team played last year and the energy so far this year, but I think they may have turned a corner. Miami came into 2026 as one of those teams nobody expected anything from. They got Caissie in the Edward Cabrera trade from the Cubs, and this kid is only 22 years old and ranked as MLB Pipeline's 40th overall prospect. Now, the Marlins are down 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth against the Rockies on Sunday, 2 outs, runner on second. This is the kind of spot where rebuilding teams fold, but Javier Sanoja doubles to keep the inning alive, and Caissie steps in against Victor Vodnik, and on a 93.8 mile per hour changeup right down the middle, crushes it for a 2-run home run over the right field wall. Walk-off, baby. That homer completes the 3-game sweep of the Rockies and made the Marlins 3-0 for the first time since 2009. He became the first Marlin whose first homer with the team was a walk-off since JT Riddle did it back on April 16th, 2017. And across the 3-game set, Caissie went 5 for 10 with 2 doubles, that home run, and 4 RBIs. Only 9 other players in franchise history have had 3 extra base hits in their first 3 games with the club. Now, guys, keep in mind, since June 13th of last season, Miami's .576 winning percentage ranks 6th best in baseball. So although you may still think of them as a joke, it is possible that the Marlins might not actually be a joke this year. Now let me get to 2 guys who, in my opinion, might end up being the front runners for Rookie of the Year in their respective leagues. JJ Weatherholt in the NL and Kevin McGonigal in the AL. The Cardinals gutted their roster this offseason. Traded Nolan Arenado, traded Brendan Donovan, traded Sonny Gray, traded Wilson Contreras. They're rebuilding under Chaim Bloom, and they handed the keys to their 23-year-old top prospect, JJ Weatherholt. And what does he do? Well, he hits leadoff on opening day and launches a home run for his first career hit. And then in the very next game, the Cardinals blow a 4-run lead in the 9th. Tampa Bay takes a 5-4 lead in the 10th, and it looks like the worst kind of gut punch, but Jordan Walker walks, Victor Scott lays down a sacrifice bunt, and Weatherholt grounds the first pitch he sees into right field for a 2-run walk-off single. Game 2 of his career. Already has a home run and a walk-off. You gotta love it. Guys, I love rookie stories. Who doesn't love a little bit of hype? And then there's Kevin McGonigal, the number 2 prospect in all of baseball. 21 years old, first round pick in 2023, out of high school in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. He skipped AAA entirely. And on opening day against the Padres, he went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, becoming just the 6th player since 1900 to record 4 or more hits in his MLB debut. He hit the first pitch he ever saw in the major leagues for a bases loaded 2-run double. He was the youngest player to get 4 hits on opening day since Delino DeShields Jr. back in 1990. His second hit was a 105.9 mile per hour line drive double off of the right field wall that barely beat Fernando Tatis Jr.'s throw to second base. And what did he say after the game? And this is the part that I love. He said he was nervous, but the second he started his load to hit, it just went away. That's a 21-year-old talking. This kid has been hitting since he was 18 months old. When his mom says he used to stalk around the house with a wiffle ball bat looking for someone to pitch to him, you can't teach that. This kid was bred for baseball, and he is showing it. And we haven't even gotten to the rest of the field yet. Sal Stewart of the Reds went 3 for 4 on opening day against Garrett Crochet. Carson Bench of the Mets hit a home run in his MLB debut on opening day, becoming the first Met to do that on opening day since Kazuyo Matsui in 2004. And we still haven't talked about Kazuma Okamoto on the Blue Jays, who is a co-favorite for AL Rookie of the Year, by the way, alongside McGonigal, or Trey Savage, who technically is still a rookie, I believe, who set a World Series rookie record with the 12 strikeout start against the Dodgers last year and is currently on the IL. And then there's Nolan McLean, who pitched a 2.06 ERA down the stretch for the Mets last season. Then you got Bubba Chandler, Samuel Basallo, Carter Jensen, who hit 300 with 3 home runs in 20 games last year for the Royals, Connolly Early, Andrew Painter, and the #1 prospect in all of baseball, Connor Griffin of the Pirates, who hasn't been called up yet, but when he does arrive, and everyone expects that will happen, I mean, guys, this class is ridiculous. Is there a more stacked rookie class in history? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So where does this stack up historically? I mean, the only thing I was able to find is like 2001 as the gold standard, and I get it. That's the year Albert Pujols showed up out of nowhere as a 402nd overall pick and hit 329 with 37 homers and 130 RBIs as a unanimous NL Rookie of the Year, which is the same year Ichiro came over from Japan at 27 years old and hit 350 with 242 hits and 56 stolen bases, becoming only the second player ever to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season. 2 future Hall of Famers as rookies at the same time. That class also had CC Sabathia, Jimmy Rollins, Roy Oswalt, Alfonso Soriano, and Adam Dunn. It was iconic for sure. People compare 2017 with Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger, or 2012 with Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. But here's the thing about 2026. We're only a couple games in, and we already have 2 players doing something that only 4 people in 130 years of baseball have done by homering in each of their first 3 games. We have a record number of top prospects on opening day rosters. We have rookies walking off games, carrying offenses, looking like 10-year vets in their first at-bats. The depth of this class is what separates it. In 2001, you had 2 transcending guys and some really good supporting cast. In 2026, you might have 8 or 9 guys who could legitimately win Rookie of the Year in any normal year. And the one consensus best prospect in baseball hasn't even been called up yet. Look, I know it's only a couple of games. I know we're doing the thing where we overreact to opening week, but the numbers back this up. The prospect pedigree backs it up. The performances are backing it up. And most importantly, the feelings back it up. When was the last time you turned on a random baseball game and every other highlight was a rookie doing something crazy? This Rookie of the Year race in both leagues is going to be absolute war. In the AL, you've got McGonigal, DeLauter, Murakami, Okamoto, Jensen, maybe a Savage when he comes back. That is an already like stacked race. In the NL, you've got Weatherholt, Stewart, Bange, McLean, and eventually Connor Griffin. That is insane. We may genuinely be witnessing the greatest rookie class of all time. And the season is only a week old, guys. So lock in, because this is going to be one fun season. I can already tell, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Is this the most stacked rookie class we've ever had? Who do you think wins Rookie of the Year as well? And let me know if I miss anyone's mentions. But that's all for today. I'll see you on the next one.